Hi, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 2024 new moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out immensely, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm, who is still punishing me for taking time off to have to take care of my sick family members. So, thank you guys so very much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Ooh, goodness. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Interesting. Okay, you have the repeat of the number 6 here. And what's interesting about the repeat of the number 6 is that one is upright, one is reversed. So there is a sense during this time that you are kind of good at taking care of yourself, Capricorn, and then kind of not. So you flip flop back and forth between the energy of taking care of yourself, being very nurturing, and then being like, nope, gotta go, gotta do, gotta keep on pushing forward. So just be mindful about this during this time. You have the Seven of Swords reverse. There's going to be a lie, a secret that is coming out, or that you're looking at and being like, well, that's not true. Why did I live by that idea? And then with the Queen of Cups, this is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Now, it can be that if we have water sign energy in our chart, if we have water sign energies in our lives, that they kind of grade us the wrong way, or that part of our personality is just like it's just not in harmony with the rest of us. So do be mindful about this during this time as well. Also, again, we have this thing with not being very nurturing to ourselves. We need to embrace our heart chakra. We need to embrace healing. We need to kind of slow it down and take it easy. It moves us to the Four of Cups, the Four of Wands reversed. And the Four of Wands reverse is looking at what we were dedicated to and questioning, am I still dedicated to that? Do I still want to move forward in that energy? Really looking at ourselves, where we need to be, where we want to be. We're going to be questioning a lot of things and a lot of commitments that we had, or a lot of things that we had thought, oh, like that's the path I want to move forward in. We're going to be looking at now and being like, is it? And then with the 10 of Swords, there's the sense of a cage of thought almost coming forward, feeling drowned, feeling overwhelmed, feeling as if, I can't move forward the way that I want to or the way that I need to. So there's that coming through, but there's also this real sense of over a decade of taking in information and heartbreaks and pains and disappointments. You're going to see yourself resurrecting. You're not going to think that you are, you're going to think that you're still stuck. But there really is the sense of, no, I'm stepping into my power. I'm looking at everything and I'm releasing a lot of the lies, a lot of the negativity, a lot of the hurt, a lot of the pain. And as we do so, we're crowned by the Six of Swords. We're moving forward, maybe not as confidently as we would like to. We would want to be absolutely assured, moving forward, nothing's going to stop us. But we're moving forward with a real sense of determination, insight, ideas, and a real sense of, okay, this is where I need to be. Like, this is how I need to go forward. We're also going to take care of what is sacred to us. And it might not be always I don't know why it's coming through, where Capricorn spirit is saying it's not going to be as you thought it was going to be. So just keep that in mind, because we can sit there and be like, wow, this is just so far off the beaten path of what I thought it was going to be that it kind of blows my mind, rocks my world, type of thing. So just be aware of this. And with the Six of Cups reversed, we can be very much in the past. So be mindful about that as well, where it was like yesterday, either, it's the once upon a time, right? Or yesteryear type of energy. It was either better or we're stuck in the trauma of it. And it all depends on the lives that we've lived and the way that we've moved forward in those lives and in those existences. So just be mindful about this. The past can be a bit like, quicksand, kind of pulling us back in and sinking us down. And Spirit is saying, stop it, stop it. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Now, we are doing things a bit differently, so do be mindful here that we're not going to go into the astrology of it all. That is a separate video. I have it linked in the description box. I'm going to see if I can tag it or whatever people do on YouTube here in this video, but we'll just see how it goes. And yeah, so if you want to learn or you want to hear the astrology of this new moon, which I highly recommend. It's a new moon in Aquarius. It's quite intense. I highly recommend you check out the astrology of it all. But if you don't want to and you're just here for the tarot, here is the tarot. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a heart in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of March. So good luck to everyone. That announcement will be done in a separate video. So do not be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box. It will not be me. Now, if you are, excuse me, if you are interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. And that will be linked in the description box below. By popular request, I am running a limited time mini reading offer. So if you're interested in checking that out, please do so. And if you're not, that's totally cool as well. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And this is meditate reverse. We need to meditate. We need to step into our energy ourselves, kind of calm things down, slow things down, and connect. And yet that's going to be the first thing that we throw out the window. It's going to be our meditation. Now, our meditation can be done through the form of exercise, through the form of going for a walk. It really doesn't matter. It can be done while washing the dishes, So here, just as long as we take time for that quiet connection and contemplation, that's going to be a really important thing. But again, it's going to be the first thing we throw out the window because we have so much to do. We have so much we want to push forward in. Now, let's see what Spirit has to say about our chakras, what our chakras have to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is clarity. So this is the third eye chakra, and this is really a sense of starting to see things clearly, starting to see things more in alignment with yourself, with what you desire, with like your purpose here on this earthly plane. And so clarity comes in. And again, it's through the third eye chakra. It's through seeing, but not with our eyes. It's a deeper understanding. And that clarity can come to us in the form of our dreams. That clarity can come to us in like gentle whispers from our angels, from our spirit guides. There's just a sense of being guided, of being led. We can also, somebody sees or is going to start to see the auras around things. So do be very aware of that during this time as well. And there's just a sense of clarity, of insight, and of guidance leading us forward. So that's going to be important. And just really focusing and channeling our third eye chakra. And let's see what energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. So we have two. Okay, interesting. So we have the Four of Wands again. So the Four of Wands does also indicate marriage, and I feel very compelled to say that here. So we might be, or commitment in relationships, and we might be questioning those commitments. It's not for everybody, okay? But there is somebody here who needs to hear, okay, yes, I am questioning those commitments, or those commitments are in question in my relationship. How do I need to move forward? And it's very interesting because we need to embrace our hearts, right? We need to not be so emotional about things, which I know when we're talking about relationships, it's like, excuse you, I'm going to be emotional. And Spirit's like, no, embracing your love and calming yourself down is going to be super important. That's where the meditating is coming in. That's where the clarity is coming in, because this new moon is in Aquarius, and we have Aquarius energy here reversed. Now, if we are born on the cusp with Aquarius, if we have Aquarius in our chart, we can find this energy to be very challenging. So do be aware of that during this time as well. But this moon is going to be a challenge to us. It is going to have our relationships, our commitments, what we desire being questioned. We are going to start to look at things in very different ways than we have looked at things before. And as we do this, we're going to say to ourselves what is important. And we're going to see ourselves being set free mentally, spiritually, emotionally from the way that we thought things should be. And that's going to be rather liberating during this time. So do be aware of this. Now, I want to see if I can just straighten out my camera just a little bit. Okay, cool. So we are crowned with the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is very much moving into the unknown. And it's very much questioning, seeking, taking all the knowledge, taking all the information that we have and saying, now it's time to move forward for me. Now it's time to see what lays ahead. We are going to be protecting, insulating what is sacred to us, what is super important to us. And we're going to see ourselves moving forward in ways that we hadn't imagined we could before. So that is going to be a big thing during this new moon, where we're going to see ourselves. This is like the manifestation moon. We're going to see ourselves. If you look at the astrology of it all, we're going to be moving forward towards what we are thinking about, towards our subconscious and conscious mind. And our subconscious mind can absolutely take over. So we need to be kind of conscious of where our mind is wandering to. Is it wandering to a place of frustration, doubt, anger, fear, or is it wandering to a place of abundance, building, questioning, seeking, moving things forward? So looking at that during this time is going to be super important. We're cutting through a lot of nonsense. We're also going to see ourselves as protected in one way or another during this time. There's an air of protection around us, and we very much feel that energy. Now, with the 10 of Swords, this is a sense of a completion of a cycle. So in the tarot, 10 is a completion of a cycle number, and we see that with the swords, with the mind. Now, we have taken in a lot of information. We have been laid bare by a lot that we have experienced, a lot that has come over us, a lot of words, a lot of situations where words have been flung in ways that we're not mindful, that we're not careful, that we're not compassionate. And we're going to see ourselves during this time releasing a lot of negativity, hurt, pain, and disappointment that has held us down and kept us back. And we're going to see us rising from the ashes, but also using everything that we have gone through. And we're looking back, and it's like, instead of being trapped by the past, which can easily happen, because everything that has happened, everything that has tried to destroy us, it's like that can be our own prison that we live in. But Spirit is really saying here, look back and see how far you've come. You might not be where you want to be, and that's not the point of this. The point is to say, wow, I have come so much further than I ever thought I could. And I'm seeing myself for the first time. I'm connecting with myself truly, openly, and honestly. And then we're going to see certain things where it could have been our focus. Like, for somebody listening, you had this idea, right? Or for many of you, but there's almost a sense of there's like, it was supposed to be like this, right? It was supposed to be the white picket fence, the house, the life, the this, the that. And now we could have it and be questioning it. We can be questioning if we'll ever have it. We can be looking at things so differently and looking at what we were once committed to or what we once thought we wanted. And it's like, no, it's not right. It's not right. And there's something within us during this time that is wanting to hold on to a sense of, but it has to be like this. And Spirit's like, why? Why? Be mindful. Be mindful also of people who you think, oh no. They'll always have my back. People are going to be kind of looking out for themselves during this time. And I hate to say that because it makes us second guess everybody. But there's going to be a sense of like, no, I can trust this person, right? If we move forward in meditation, if we move forward in the clarity of our third eye chakra, connected with our heart chakra, we are going to see ourselves really guided. But there is a sense here of really knowing where you stand and knowing what you want. Don't just blindly follow anybody or think somebody else has it covered, because you need to have you covered. And that's going to be a really important thing. Take care of your responsibilities. Absolutely. Build your life the way that you want it. Yes. But Spirit is going to be showing you a different way forward than you had expected. It's not going to be like as seen on TV. It's going to be carefully curated just to you. And it's not everything our ego wants. It's what our soul deeply wants during this time. And we're having a bit of trouble connecting with our hearts. So this is also the Queen of Cups also represents Cancer energy. Cancer is our sister sign. So Cancer energy can bring out the best in us. It can bring out the worst in us. But why Spirit is bringing this up is because we can have a very polarizing energy within us that we're like, why isn't this just getting along? And it's like, okay, because it is polarizing energy in us if we have Cancer in our chart, especially if we have a lot of Cancer in our charts. Just be mindful about this. But also if we have Cancers in our lives, there's just a polarization that comes forward. We can absolutely love them, but then we can absolutely be frustrated by them at the exact same time. The Queen of Cups is very much this energy of, okay, nurturing, love, compassion, but this can be smothering. Okay, when the Queen of Cups is reversed, this can be smothering energy, but this can also be, I want to heal everybody energy, but I'm barely keeping my head above water myself. So just be mindful about this as well, that there can almost be a sense of, I'm cutting myself off from my heart because I'm feeling too much. I've taken in too much. It's hurt too much. And I don't want to do this anymore. And Spirit's like, no, you need to connect with your heart. We can be very much in our head. Capricorn. We're ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is very logical, very practical, very, rules or rule oriented, top down structures. This is the way it is type of thing. And we can be very stoic about things as well. Stiff upper lip, keep on going. You know, don't complain about things. And that's fine. That can get you through a lot. But cutting yourself out from your heart is going to keep you held back from a lot more. So here with the Queen of Cups reverse, Spirit is saying, listen, connect with your heart. During this moon, we can really start to see what we love. We can start to see what we want. We can start to see ourselves more and more and more. And it can almost be too much, right? Well, if I step into that, what happens next? And Spirit's like, but if you step into your heart, what if you embrace your whole entire world? And it brings us then to releasing of lies. Now, you might have been told by somebody, right, that you make a terrible partner, or you were a terrible partner, or I'm seeing this around marriage, and I do know somebody here listening has been told this, but it can also be around work or going after your dreams or what you want to discover in your life. It can be put to a myriad of different things, and because this is a general reading, it is going to be put to a myriad of different things depending on where you are in your journey and, where you are listening right now. And so here with the Seven of Swords, we're releasing lies. We're realizing, I don't want to do this anymore. Or that wasn't true. But it's not like a releasing and being like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I fell for that. Oh well. There's going to be a sting to it. It's like I wasted so much time thinking this person was right, or thinking it had to be like this, or thinking it was like that. So Spirit is really saying here, connect with yourself. See yourself. It is time to say what is true to me and what isn't. It's time to release the fear. And we could do a meditation if you want to. Just take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. And repeat to yourself, I release all fear, body, mind, and spirit. I release all fear, body, mind, and spirit. Make it into a chant. I release all fear, body, mind, and spirit. I release all fear, body, mind, and spirit. I release all fear, body, mind, and spirit. Have that resonate with your body. Have it in that cadence of a chant so that it resonates through you. I can do a release of fear or of worry, meditation. If you're interested, please let me know in the comment box below. But we're going to see ourselves looking at things and being like, oh, that wasn't true. Or even if it was true in the moment when we were 16 years old or 20 years old or, 40 years old or however old we are, it's like, but that isn't true now. It's different now. And that's going to be the kicker. It's like, okay, that was true once upon a time, but it's not part of my story anymore. So being aware of this is going to be super important. And it is going to be a bit of a bitter pill to swallow, but it's going to be so worth it as well. It's like, oh, that's what it is. That's where I need to be. And that's what I don't need to be carrying anymore. With the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups reverse, we can be doing a lot of work with the past, okay? So there can be work being done with, a therapist, a spiritual advisor that's like, okay, let me heal the past, let me release the past. But there is also a way here that the past just kind of like creeps up and like, it's like a little like crab and like pinches you on the toe. And it's going to be painful. It's just like going to be like, oh, where the heck did that come from? But it's the crab scurries away before you even see it. So just be mindful about this during this time, that the past will come up, and it will be more real sometimes than you realize. And it's like, oh wow. And it's kind of wants to pull us back into that energy, back into that space, which will then either make us sad because that time is past and we don't have it again, or it can make us sad because that time we never wanted to have again in our lives anyway. Again, however it comes up, we have to be mindful to stay in the present. And then if the joy of the past comes up, to bring joy into our present. That is going to be a very important thing, and that's going to be a very beautiful thing. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, okay. Angels and spirit guides. There we go. There's our bonus cards. It's like a bonus card, but not the pile of cards that fell. Interesting, because we have the Aquarius energy that shows up here reversed. And then our bonus card is the new moon in Aquarius, which is where we are during this moon. And it says bring love into the situation. And for one reason or another, during this time, Capricorn, we're really struggling with love. We're struggling with bringing love into the situation, with the vulnerability of our hearts. We want things to be lined up neatly and orderly and just so. And it's going to need to be a little bit messy, a little bit chaotic at times as we embrace our hearts, as our hearts come into play. And this will be from new moon to new moon. Yeah, it will be. We have here nourish. A personal issue reaches resolution as we embrace the nourishment of our soul and ourselves as we move forward, with tenacity and determination and insight. A personal issue does reach a resolution during this time. It does. And it's going to come through love. It comes through the Cancer energy, the energy of love moving us forward. We have to embrace that. We're not going to want to, but it is going to be really, really, really paramount to ourselves. It leads us here to have faith in your dreams. And yet, because we have been through so much, we don't want self-reflection. Like self-reflection is reversed. It's like, no, I don't want to dive into all the nonsense of it all. I don't want to dive that deep into everything, or I don't want to look back, or I don't want to see where I might have misstepped, or where I could change things, or where I should have done this instead of that. First of all, that's not going to be helpful to say that, but it is going to be helpful to say, okay, I see where I need to look at my life and myself and what I can do, because I can't live for or change anybody else as much as we want to. It's like I can't. So with the 10 of Swords, that's part of the wounds that we have learned and the harshness that we have taken in. And we're going to see here that we need to have faith in our dreams. We do. And we need to self-reflect, even though we're not going to want to. We're just going to want to plow forward. That's also very much astrologically a part of this time where we just want to plow forward. We just want to go ahead. We don't want to move backwards. That's nonsense. That's silliness. We don't want to do that. Even though we're going to be stuck a bit in the past, or very much a bit in the past, we're going to be like, no, just keep on charging forward. And here, it's like, have faith in your dreams. Have faith of what you're discovering within yourself. A fiery climax approaches. There is a fiery climax approaching. There's something that's coming to a head. And there's something here that has our commitment, but is not bringing abundance into our lives. Now, it can be that we will not leave this commitment, and that can be part of our responsibilities, right? It's like, okay, this is my commitment. This is what I have to do. This is important to me. I love it. I just don't love it right now. And we've all been through moments like that in our lives. We are going to see that there is a fiery change, that we are walking through a crucible, that there's going to be this fiery cleansing of our soul, this release. Now, it can come through a crescendo of anger. It can come through a crescendo of doubt and fear, but something is going to reach its tipping point. We're going to feel it. It is going to make us doubt and fear, or make us think that we cannot have the stability that we want within our lives, that abundance is for everybody else, but it's not for us. Listen, everybody doesn't get to have a mansion with a, Ferrari in the driveway. Okay, that's not for everybody. Because if it was, then everybody would need the next best thing and the next biggest thing. But having a good, quiet life, having a life that is simple, but comfortable and secure, that's a beautiful thing. And learning our soul's purpose instead of living in the I have to accumulate to be able to show up the next guy, that's something that can take lifetimes. So knowing that something is going to happen, And I cannot tell you exactly what, but it's going to lead to an emotional, deeper understanding. It's like an emotional release. And as it releases, we are going to see that we can start to see our abundance again. We can start to see what we really want, but our commitment, our determination, our like don't let them see that you cry type of thing, that is being released within us. It's like it is being released. You might just find that you sit down and you cry and you cry and you cry and you let it out. You let out all the mourning and all the pain and all the frustration that you wouldn't before. And you say, I'm only human. I do have to feel, because you do. And it brings us then to work through your fears. And that's going to be what this darkness brings. If we embrace our hearts, if we connect with ourselves, we work through our fears. Don't let your past hold you back, because it's keeping you from what is beautiful. It's holding back the beauty, and it lets the lies be too real. It lets the doubts and fears, the hurts and the chaos just take over. And it brings us to the end of a tough cycle approaches, but we think it's not approaching, and we're assessing and we're looking and we're fearing and we're thinking in the past, because it's like, how can I be ready? Now, this can all be from the trauma of 2020, or, everything that has, happened afterwards, because things most definitely have not been calm. And saying to ourselves, it is okay that my soul is afraid and that I am still healing. We can think like, just get over it, just move on. But it takes time. And it definitely takes time for our psyches. So assess and look. But understand that we may be a little bit more afraid than we think we are, or more impacted. And with everything else that has happened afterwards, it's like, okay, it's like the straw that broke the camel's back. So just be mindful about this during this time and show yourself grace. Assess. It's time to move forward. It's time to not be held in the past. But there can also be fear of, but where do I go now? Like, how do I open up this door? Know that if you bring love into the situation, which is going to be something that we don't want to do. We want a spreadsheet. We want a plan. We want something where I can tick off the boxes and follow your instructions, where everything will be fine. And Spirit's like, it's just not going to work that way. It's going to come from your heart, and you're going to have to have this rising, this climax of emotions that releases us from doubts and fears. That is us stepping into ourselves in ways that we didn't think we could be. And it brings us then to our subconscious spirit message, and it's peace. It's time to embrace and bathe ourselves in peace. Our subconscious chakra message is, again, peace. It is the crown chakra. Crown yourself with peace. Let peace be a part of you, and an integral part of you, because it is, even though we don't think it is. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Chariot. It's where the Cancer energy kept on coming up throughout this whole entire reading. Here it is why. So just be mindful of that. That's our sister sign. That's emotions taking, just running away with us. And that's what we can also be afraid of. It's like, if I open up that door, I don't know if I'll be able to stop crying. I don't know if I'll be able to stop being angry. I don't know if I'll be able to move forward. If I open up my heart and I look at all the ways that I've been hurt, all the heartbreaks and pains and disappointments that I have gone through, all of this, will I be able to put one foot in front of the other? And Spirit is saying, you need to release the weight from your shoulders, from your heart, from yourself. It is not being overrun by our fears and our emotions, but it is seeing them, feeling them, and then stepping into ourselves, saying, okay, I've got this. The beauty is back in my world, because beauty here has been reversed, because the past has held us back. And we're not seeing the beautiful, but we will be. And that's going to be one of the things that this moon is double dog daring us to do, pushing us forward to do. It's like, see the beauty again, connect with the beauty again, connect with what's beautiful. Buy a bouquet of flowers at the grocery store, do something like extravagant and silly like that. Like that, it's just like, it's not going to change anybody's world, but it is going to bring a bit of joy into yours. So do so. If you don't like flowers, get something else, get a little box of chocolates or something to that effect where you're just like, oh, this is a special treat and this makes me smile. And so I'm going to embrace a smile every single day. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, and this is justice reversed. This is Libra energy. So if we have Libra in our chart, we're out of balance with it. If we have Libras in our lives, we might be out of balance with them as well. But be mindful here that justice reversed is subconsciously looking at things, and we can be coming to the realization that no matter how I dot every I and cross every T, it's not going to be just and fair, right? I can't make it be what it's not. And that's going to be an important realization to come to. And there's going to be great insight and great understanding through that as well. So, yeah. So look at that here. Justice reversed is also saying, okay, some things are just out of balance right now. Feeling that, understanding that, and accepting it is going to be important for us. Because it's not going to be like, oh, I can make everything just and fair. We can't. We can't. Sometimes life isn't just, it isn't fair, and it won't make sense. It just won't. And it's the reason why people say shit happens, excuse my language, but it is. So here, when we're looking during this time and subconsciously, we're kind of coming to terms with that. And for a sign that loves order, loves structure, loves things to fall into place, the and shit happens element of life can be very hard. It can be. That's why we're ruled by the devil, right? We want things to be in order. We want things to be in place. But the devil is the conglomerate of chaos gods throughout the ages. And it's a sense of chaos can just take over. Our subconscious. Luna message. There we go. I lost the word for a moment. Is extremes reverse, and you're good enough. We don't want extremes, but we can find this to be a time of extremes. So just be mindful about that. And subconsciously, we do not think we're good enough. For one reason or another, we're not measuring up. Stop that. You are good enough. You might not be where you want to be. You might have dreams and ambitions to come. That's great. That's great. Everybody should. But where you stand right now, you're enough. You don't have to be more. You have to love yourself right now. And that can be the biggest feat of all. You are enough. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. Now, please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed moon. Bye.